Welcome sa zip9.com. This video ay tutuloy natin yung ating series on Precalculus, no? And just a brief review of what we have learned from the previous two videos, no? Sa 1.49 at sa 1.50, pinag-aralan natin yung vertical and horizontal translation, no? Sabi natin, if we have a function f of x with h is greater than 0 and k greater than 0, then f of x plus k is a vertical translation by k units up, no? So, pag meron tayong specific function, for example, p of x equals x squared, pag nag-x squared plus 3 ka, aakyat yung graph ng 3 units kasi yun yung k mo eh. Pag nag-x squared minus 5 ka, bababa yung graph mo ng 5 units. So, literally, umaakyat at bumababa yung graph. On the other hand, pag meron tayong f of x minus h, where x minus h is inside the parenthesis, this is a translation by h units to the right, no? And then f of x plus h is a translation by h units to the left. So medyo nakakalito ito kasi yung minus h dito pakanan, tapos yung plus h pakaliwa, no? Dito naman ang plus k mo pataas, tsaka yung minus k mo pababa. So be careful with that, no? This is the correct relationship, no? These are the correct relationships. Okay, so let's proceed to to our lesson. Now the question is, if we have a function y equals f of x, how do we graph y equals negative f of x? So nakikita nyo ang relationship dito is positive yung y nito, ito negative yung y, no? So let's have a few examples. Here we have a function f, no? Ngayon, ang sinasabi natin from the previous screen na gagawin nating negative yung y nung isang point, no? So for example, ang 4 negative 2, gagawin natin siyang 4 negative 2, di ba? That's 4 2, gagawin natin siyang 4 negative 2. So tignan natin kung ano nangyari, no? What about this one, yung mas madali itong i-ano, no? I-evaluate. Nasa exact coordinates siya, no? So magiging 1 1 yan. So pag ginawa nating y, o pag ginawa natin negative yung y, magiging 1 negative 1 siya, di ba? Negative 1. Okay, so I think nakikita nyo na kung ano mangyayari, no? So we don't have the exact coordinate for this, no? Kasi hindi naman natin alam yung function. But we can just try it. Di ba pag kuwari 2f of 2 siya, di ba? Kukunin mo yung point, no? This is 2f of 2, no? Whatever the value of f, no? F of x, no? Pero ang hihingi natin negative. So magne-negative tayo dito. Negative. Tignan nyo ito sa baba, no? So nag-get negative f of 2, what happens? Okay? So nahuhulaan nyo na ba? Nagre-reflect yung mga point natin, no? Pag nagne-negative tayo ng y, no? So magiging ito yung pangatlo is this is 3f of 3 3f of 3. Okay? Okay, meron tayong 3 of f of 3, pero ito yon. Pag ginawa nating negative ito, negative f of 3. Okay, so lahat ng points nire-reflect, and in fact, if we graph this is for example, this is negative f of x na, di ba? Yung lahat ng value niya, di ba? X negative f of x. So papangalanan natin siya na g of x, no? Pangalanan natin siyang function na g of x. So ano kaya magiging graph nun? Tingnan nyo. Okay? So ito rin kasi nire-reflect niya yung point eh. No? So yan yung sinasabi natin. Well, obviously, no, pag nire-reflect mo yung point, nagta-times negative 1 ka doon sa coordinate, no? Kasi ginawa mo siya negative, no? For example, I have another point here. F of 5 yan, di ba? That's 5 negative f of 5, di ba? Kasi ang original function natin sa taas, no? So pag negative f of 5 ka dyan, para makuha mo yun nandito, ini-negative mo ulit yung nandito, yung negative f of 5 times negative, kaya siya magiging positive. Meaning, kung gusto nating i-reflect yung graph ng negative f of x, or kung gusto nating gawin yung graph ng negative f of x, i-reflect lang natin yung graph ng y equals f of x doon sa x-axis, no? So, paano ginagawa yon? Ginagawa yon by multiplying the y coordinates by negative 1, no? So, yun yung pinaka-main idea ng ating discussion, no? Ibig sabihin, if suppose f is a function, no? Suppose f is a function to graph y equals negative f of x, anong gagawin natin? Reflect the graph, no? So, reflection pala yan, di ba? Yung dalawang graphs na yan, one graph is a reflection of the other. Reflect the graph of y equals f of x across the x-axis by multiplying the y coordinates. Diba? Minimultiply natin yung y coordinates by multiplying the y coordinates of the points on the graph, no? By negative 1. Ulit. To graph y equals negative f of x, reflect the graph of y. This is of y equals f of x across the x-axis by multiplying the y coordinates of the points on the graph by negative 1. So, titingnan mo yung y coordinates ng graph mo, di ba? Yung point mo, tapos multiply mo siya ng negative, kaya siya ma-reflect sa kabila, no? Okay, so I hope, no, meron kayo natutunan sa video na to. Ang susunod natin na pag-aaralan ay reflection doon sa y-axis. Ito kasi sa x-axis, no? So maraming salamat. See you in the next tutorial.